What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ori back once again. We're here with the BB24 cast reveal. We also have the house here. Going to be checking out some pictures of that. We're going to go through all of the house guests that are going to be in the house. We've got some questions we can go over that they were asked about what they expect to do inside the house and what their strategy going in is. So first off, just looking at the house, I kind of dig it, right? It gives me those like vibes kind of from like Mad Men's, from like the 50s, the 60s, those motels down the shore. Like I really dig the house. I think it's got some cool vibes. It is very like BBUS style, not like overdone, kind of cheap, production wise. But overall, I think it's nice. I like the color palette. It reminds me of hotels I've stayed in down the shore. And I really like it. This one is like a space-themed one over here. It's kind of like the Jetsons. It's dope. This one's like an old like hot rod like car-themed one. This one's cool too. I really like that room. I would probably end up picking one of these two rooms depending on, who else was in there, right? That's always a big thing. You want to pick your room correctly. Other than that, we also have here the HOH room, which I also really like the design of. We can zoom in here. Got a big map of the world up there, almost like you're, oh, there's two of them. There's a blue one and there's a red one. There's one on each side. Interesting. I don't know if that's going to be part of the twist or anything. Probably not. But I like it. It seems cool. It seems different. They've definitely freshened it up from previous years. So I'm digging it. But what it comes down to is who's on the cast. Who are the people that are going to be living in this house? And this is our first one here. Our first one is Alyssa. So we have an Alyssa for the second year in a row. She's 24. She's from Sarasota, Florida. She's a marketing rep. It says, what's the best advice you received before coming out to play? Just be myself. Going into the house, it's hard not to want to impress everyone or get along with everyone and go with the majority. But I'm just going to be myself and hope for the best. That's honestly, like, look, she's not given much, to be fair, but it's not wrong of a strategy. You do really want to just try and be true to yourself and hope for the best and go with the flow. But I like that she's saying it's hard not to want to just go with everybody, because she has that in her head already where it's like, hey, maybe it's good to go with the crowd for early on, but I need to take my shot when I can. So that's something I like to see. What type of players would you least want to work with? Loud, obnoxious players. Those are the people that rock the boat the most. She's probably not wrong. Probably not wrong. Probably wouldn't want to work with me. I'm pretty loud and obnoxious, to be honest. What's something that other house guests may dislike about you? I talk a lot, so I may get on their nerves and start to annoy them after a while. Okay. So she's, at least she knows her flaws. That's nice. Jupiter Queen, Giant Alliance made day one, steamrolls through the game. Probably. What do you hope will be different this year on BB compared to something you maybe don't like from last year as Soldier? Honestly, the same thing Baniri just said, where no giant alliances steamrolling through. By the way, those of you on YouTube, if you're wondering who I'm talking about, I'm actually talking to my Twitch chat right now. We're actually live on Twitch. Links will be down below if you want to watch along. We pretty much been doing like 6 o'clock every day-ish, kind of. We hit or miss that mark a lot, but you can come and hang out. We're actually recording this live on Twitch. So if you were here, you could be part of the chat as well. But as far as things that I would want to see different, definitely like a way to break up these large alliances. Like that's, to me, is huge. I always thought like, and yeah, maybe it's like stealing from Survivor a little bit. Throw some like hidden vetoes in the house. You have this giant house, which is almost like another character on your show. and you barely use it, right? Like, put hidden things in there, put secrets in there, make like hidden powers, things you can like find just organically. I think the best way they've ever done it was actually in Big Brother Canada 2, and they mimicked it in BB Can 10 this year, where they hid like a piece of paper in a plant, and that was a clue to like another clue, and you had to keep going. But really, it was up for grabs for anyone in the house. Anyone could have found that, right? So I like those kind of things. And I think if you had these secret powers and there was a lot of them, like through the house, like you get it early on in the season, you can plan when you want to use that thing. It's not going to go to waste. And that's always a problem too, is where they say you have 2 weeks to use this, otherwise you can't. And it's like, well, what's the point, right? I'm just probably not going to use it if I'm safe and my friends are safe, if we're the big alliance. So if you have time to go, okay, now's the time to use this power and flip the game, I think that would help a lot. The final question here for Alyssa. On Eviction Night, would you rather flip the votes against the house to help your individual game, or go with the house to help your overall alliance? I would probably go with the house vote. Oh, I just said that you wouldn't do this, Alyssa. From what I've seen in Big Brother, when you flip the vote, they always go find out who did it, and then you go next. Because people are always dumb enough to tell other people. Alyssa, I was high. You were high on my list. You've moved way down my list so quickly. I think she'll go far because she'll probably join in with the big alliance. She'll be kind of in with everybody. But I don't think she has what it takes after that. All right, moving on here. We have our next house guest. Her name is Amira. I think it's Amira. A-M-E-E-R-A-H. Amira. She is from Westminster, Maryland. She's a content designer. She's 31 years old. Stingy's back. What up? What's the best advice you've received playing before coming out to play? Be yourself. Okay, so everybody was getting this advice. I don't know who was giving the advice of being yourself, but everybody got it. It's okay when you want to celebrate. Just be yourself. Be authentic. Be genuine throughout the whole experience. What do you think people will perceive you as? I think people are going to perceive me as pretty authentic. I'm going to be very straightforward with everyone in the house. Whether that is something nice or something mean, my feelings are going to be said. People are going to know exactly how I feel. So I think people probably think I'm very authentic and genuine. That could bite her in the butt. That could be good, but that could bite her in the butt. Yeah, some people shouldn't be themselves, Soldier. They should not. they should not be themselves. So yeah, being authentic is good. You want to feel like you're authentic and genuine, but you don't want to actually be authentic and genuine most of the time. What types of players would you least want in your alliance? The two-timers, the people that are also in another alliance, but I'm not aware of it. Well, yeah, of course you don't want them in there. I want people that are super dedicated to the alliance that we are in. All right, I 100% guarantee someone's going to be like 100% loyal to her, but also like working angles with other people to try and help them along, right? Like their main alliance with her. They're going to get to her and say, you know, so-and-so's been talking to me. And she's going to be like, we need to get them out. Like, that's what's going to happen. She's going to turn on her, like, strongest alliance because somebody said they were talking to them. They're playing for just one squad. They're not playing for two sides of the field. Yeah, she's gonna fall into a trap. She's gonna fall into a trap, I think, pretty easily. What's something other house guests may dislike about you? Since I'm so straightforward and say things how it is, sometimes they're not going to like what I have to say. So I'm afraid I could say something that offends somebody or hurts somebody's feelings, but I'm just a straightforward person. again, that's somebody I like and would get along with, because like, yo, I like somebody who's up front. But in the Big Brother house, it could bite you in the butt and you could get in trouble. On eviction night, what would you rather flip to have votes or go with the house? I'm going to go. I'm only going to go for my own individual game. I know it's going to make a difference. So I don't want to be the person that just throws one vote for somebody, even though I know I'm going to be the only person. Even if it's helping my game, is that really helping my game long term? People are going to pick me out and figure out that I was the one stray vote. So I'm going to go with my alliance if that's going to help my game long term. I'm going to be thinking long term the entire time. So if it's helping me long term, I'm going to be going with my alliance. Again, like, yeah, that's kind of what you want to do, but I don't know. I'm late. Did I miss all the Tanner stuff? No, we haven't gotten to Tanner yet, Game Troll. We haven't gotten there yet. But I've heard some stuff already. Maybe you could fill me in on that more. So yeah. I don't know. I feel like what's her name again? Amira? She seems nice enough. I feel like with some of her answers, though, she may get caught up in getting blindsided with some kind of trick that somebody pulls where they're like, hey, your number one was talking to these people when really they were loyal. So we'll see how things go for her. She could do well, though. Okay, so our next house guest here, as I pull up her info, her name is Brittany, and to be honest, she's kind of a mix between Brittany and Sarah Beth from last season. Like, if you could take those two people and mash them together, this might be what you get. Yeah, if you look up Itty Bitty. Oh, so that's his, like, sister, right? You'll see all the tea there. I've heard that's his sister, but I again, I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but it definitely seems crazy. So Brittany here is from Atlanta, Georgia, or she's from Atlanta, Georgia, but she currently lives in Austin. She's a hypnotherapist. What's the best advice you received before coming out to play? My husband and I talked about the game and what my strategy would be. And I mean, I've been putting together a notebook full of 40+ pages of different things that I want to try out in the house. But I would say the best strategy is just be adaptable and authentic. Sure, I might tell a fib or two when I'm in the house, but I'm still going to be myself at the core of my being and adapt to whatever is thrown my way. I like her answer. I'm not opposed to that. It sounds like she's hitting all the things that she wants, right? Stiggy says, I'll vote with my alliance. I want to find a loyal alliance. Half this stuff sounds like an intense Clash of Clans discussion, right? Like, that's kind of what it is, though, right? You want to get with people and have numbers to be able to take out the other people and get further in the game. So you need to work with some people and you need to form alliances. It gets crazy. The Chad, does the bus driver have the drive to win? Oh, I think I've seen the bus driver guy. Is that, I forget his name, but we'll get to him. We'll get to the bus driver. I like the pun, though. Does he have the drive to win? That's totally going to be, like, a line they use. You know it. But yeah, so Brittany here says she's gonna be herself. What do you think people perceive you as? She says, let's be honest, I think people are gonna see me, especially when I tell them I'm a toy testing researcher. Oh, she's not telling them that she's a hypnotherapist. She's telling them that she's a toy testing researcher, which is a great job. They're gonna be like, oh, she's cute, she's fun, she works with kids, she's a sweetheart. And I think they're going to underestimate my psychological game, my mental game, and probably even my physical game. I'm a competitive belly dancer. Oh shit, she's a belly dancer. I like to work out. I have a curvy figure, so I think people might underestimate that. But that's what I want. I want to not be seen as a threat, so I think all that will play to my advantage. Okay. What types of players would you like to least want in your alliance? I have a hierarchy that I've been developing. Oh shit, she's been developing stuff. Has the big alliance screwed the Pooch? Oh, that will be a line as well. We've seen Pooch. Pooch seems like an interesting fellow. Britt looks like the type to watch you sleep with the crazy smile. Like, she's so in love. She's like, who's that that like never leave me alone girl or whatever, the one with like the big eyes and the smile? She's kind of looks like her a little bit. She looks like that like never leave me girl. That meme. I have a hierarchy that I've been developing, so the players I least want in my alliance are the players that are both strong and smart. You can't have both. And it says that she laughed. I'm assuming maniacally, like, that's a very threatening player to the game. First, I want to get out the people who are strong and smart, then the people who are super smart, then the people who are super strong. And whoever is left, they will be my alliance members. I mean, it sounds like she wants to work with the weakest people, which, I mean, I guess works. They're who I'm taking to the end. They're who I'm going to be able to beat in the end. Not a bad strategy. Not a bad strategy if you can get it to work. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? Oh, Lord, she says. I love to talk. I love to have deep and meaningful conversations with people. That's what I'm super excited to have in the house. I'm going to have to read the room like we are always have to do, to be able to see people, to see if other people are wanting to develop these types of deep relationships as well. If I get somebody who's not a talker, like I'm thinking back to Cody back in the day. Okay, shout out Cody. Maybe that might be something that they dislike. Oh, she's talking about Jody Cody from BB 19. Okay. Yeah. She seems smart. She is crazy ex-girlfriend. Shoulder pad way out of styles. It's just her shoulders. Oh, Chad. Yeah, she seems smart though. You know what she's giving me vibes of? And, like, I will admit, I thought this guy was going to be out week 1 in his season. But she's giving me Kevin Jacobs vibes from BB10. Like, she feels that kind of personality. Like, the real Kevin Jacobs we got on the show, not the, like, crazy guy, right? Like, the manipulator that he was in, like, the casting video. Like the real Kevin Jacobs that we saw in the house. I feel like she could be a similar player. On Eviction Night, would you rather flip the vote or go with the alliance? Oh, that's so tough. My hope is that I position myself to where I want individually is also going to have the bonus effect of helping my alliance. But if it comes down to it, where it's either helping the alliance or helping my individual game, I think we're going to have to see how the temperature of the house is this season in terms of what is deemed acceptable. Last season wouldn't have been acceptable to go against the grain, but in other past seasons of Big Brother, I'm a super fan. I've watched them all. It's been okay to flip a little bit more. And so my hope is that I would be more on the side of wanting to flip to further my individual game than going with an alliance, but not if it's going against the alliance is going to hurt my individual game, which again is the right answer. And I like that she's thinking about it very deeply. So she's got a lot of potential. I just don't know how she's going to vibe with the house. It's such an important part. Like, mixing in with everybody, and each house is so different. Like again, I don't think Kevin Jacobs wins in another season. I think he wins only in that season he played. All I have to say, but I'm feeling that at all right now. Oh, like you're not feeling her? You're not feeling her? You'll have to see it. Okay. Any people with pride in the house? I believe there are. I don't know if I've gotten to any of them just yet here. As we get ready to move on to our next house guest. House guest number 5. Oh, where'd my info go of him? Here it is. Daniel. Daniel is originally from it. I read that as Ontario, and I was like, he's from Canada, but he's Ontario, California. Currently lives in Vegas. He's a Vegas performer. Says, what's the best advice you received before coming out to play? I think the best advice I received was actually when I was super young, touring as a musician. I wanted to get bigger and more successful. And another musician who was once a clown told me, you got to do you do what you got to do in order to get where you're going. And I've lived by that my whole life. And I'm definitely thinking that into the Big Brother house. That's a unique answer. Outside of that, my life motto, the best advice I've heard as far as Big Brother goes is actually Kevin from Big Brother Canada on a podcast when he says, nobody knows anything, we're all terrible, and we're all dumb. Which Kevin is that? Is that Kevin Martin or is that Kevin Jacobs from last season? Because I could honestly hear either one of them say that. That would make sense for either one of them to say. What do you think people will perceive you as? I think going into the house, people are going to perceive me as this loud, obnoxious person at first. I'm very outspoken, and I project insanely loud because I'm a theater actor. And they're not wrong about all those things. He laughs. I laugh too. I like this guy, I think, already. I'm just reading his bio and going off of him, but I think he's pretty cool. I heard that interview was Kevin Jacobs. Okay, so this guy's a fan. Like, this guy knows his stuff. I just hope they can kind of vibe with it. But I think maybe because I'm 6'3", they're gonna think I'm a physical threat. This dude's huge. But I'm not that big of a person in general. Hopefully there's a bigger physical threats in the house, and they'll kind of let me slide on the radar for a while. What types of he might be seen as a threat. He'll have the type of personality where they go low, people love him, and he's also huge. Like, he's gonna be good at comps, even though just being huge isn't good at being good at comps. They might think that. What types of players would you least want in your alliance? Loud, obnoxious people. He laughs because I might be one of them, and we have too many of those in one group. Yeah, you can't have too many of those. It's going to blow up for sure. Oh, like, he's ready for it to blow up, but also the crazy masculine men, not physically big, but the ones who have to make a point that they're like a macho man. I don't really vibe with those people, and I definitely don't want to be working with them. Okay, I think I kind of like this guy. Pooch is the athletic guy of the house. Maybe he might be the one. Well, no, there's another guy who's got abs like crazy. I saw. There's another guy who's like crazy. There's at least 2 guys an inch taller than him. It's a big guy all over. Okay, so he'll have some meat shields in front of him. That'll be good. That'll be good. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? My humor might be a little skewed here and there because I'm used to hanging out with my best friends who get me and I get them. So when I meet new people, I drop the same humor on them, and a lot of times it doesn't stick at first. Oh gosh. And people kind of judge me for it. So I have to start to adapt and find my own way around it, which is what this game is about. I like this guy. But I think after the first couple of days, hopefully they'll get used to my humor, and I'll get used to theirs, and we'll all just love each other until I pick them off. And he laughs. I like this guy. On eviction night, would you rather flip the vote or go with your alliance? I'm going to do whatever works for me. Obviously, I have to work it in a way that's not going to be found out, and it's rogue vote or anything like that, but it's definitely my game. Oh, okay, so he wants to do, like, go against. I waited too long to play this game, to play someone else's game. So on eviction night, it's going to be the vote that helps me. Whatever that is, with the house for 1 week or two, or just completely flipping it anytime. I like this guy. I think he sounds cool. Sounds like a loner. I mean, he could, but I feel like if I was in the house with this guy, I would vibe with him. Like, I think we would get along. And, ooh. Ooh, what was that? What was that? Big Sister Bird just tipped $5. Happy Big Brother cast reveal. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Big Sister Bird. All right. I might have an idea on who that is. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I like this guy. I think he's pretty cool. Let's see. On eviction night. Yeah. So we cover that. Yeah. He wants to flip. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He seems like he might be funny, but he also might be a first boot, right? Like, Chad, like you said, sounds like a loner, and that could be, right? He could not get along with some people. But also, I think there's a good number of, like, loner type people that I've seen just from, like, the little pictures. I think he might be able to find some people to group up with and maybe make a run at this. Maybe make a good little run at this. All right, let's see here. Our next house guest. Here, if it loads, maybe we have to reload. Oh, there we go. Indy, our next house guest here. Her name is Indy. She's from Sao Paulo, Brazil, but currently lives in LA. She's a corporate flight attendant. What's the best advice you received before coming in? It's the best advice that I received in my life. Do your part and let God be God. Do your work. Simple. What do you think people will perceive you as? I'm not really wasting my time thinking about that because I know who I am. I know where I come from. They probably in the beginning you will think that I'm like this cute girl, but they have to no idea where I come from and what I did to be here. She seems tough. I kind of like her. What types of players would you least want in your alliance? The lazy ones. I don't like the lazy people. Oh God, she's gonna ruffle some feathers. I think she might be. She reminds me of Lana from WWE. It was Rusev's wife, and now Miro, his real life wife. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? They may dislike my personality. She laughs. I'm straightforward and I know what I want. I know what I'm here for. That may sound a little bit rash, but for them, she's gonna be she's gonna be a fire. She's gonna be something to deal with here. Let's see here. Game Troll says his friends are all Vegas performers, big personalities. He might fit in. It takes crazy people to be on that show. My spaghetti is here. All right, go get your spaghetti. Chad, you're liking her? You're liking this one? Yeah. I'm getting Abby Marie from Survivor. Oh, yes. 100% Baneri. Yes. She reminds me of Christmas a little bit. Maybe, right? A little bit. Just a little bit. Yo, Baneri, that's a good shout out, though. Abby Marie from Survivor. Because she's Brazilian as well, isn't she? She's Brazilian as well, I think. So I bet like they might be very similar. At least what she's giving us here in these questions, very like short, like tempered and really straightforward, and will definitely rub people the wrong way. Chad. All right. Let's see here. That brings us to our next house guest, I think. Let's see. This is Jasmine. She's 29, originally from Terry, Mississippi, now lives in Atlanta. She's an entrepreneur. I love this. What's the best advice you received? Trust no one. DTA, motherfuckers. Don't trust anybody. What do you think people will perceive you as? A ditzy Southern belle or a country hillbilly? What types of players would you least want in your alliance? Jocks. I want to partner with the underdog so we could take out over the house. What's something the other house guest may dislike about you? The fact that I speak my mind and I'm very blunt to the point. On eviction night, would you rather flip the house or go with the alliance? I would go with the house to help my overall alliance. She is like straight to the point. Straight to the point on all of her stuff. Middle of the late boot, you think, Game Troll? Yeah. Yeah, she's not going to be an early boot because they're not going to see her as a lot of a threat. She might be able to, like, make some connections with people and stay a little bit longer, but I don't think she's going to be able to win the comps that she's going to need to. I don't know. Maybe she will surprise us. But she seems fun. I like her, though, right? Like, she doesn't give me anything to really not like her from. Now, this guy, he's got the bluest fucking eyes I've ever seen. Hold on, can we just zoom in on these? Does it get bigger than that? No. But look at, this also looks like your like school yearbook photo. This is, oh, the Pooch. All right, we've got Joe Pooch. He's 24 years old. He's from Staten Island, but currently lives in Boca Raton. He's probably, you know, chilling out there, getting a tan, doing his gym tan laundry situation. Damn those ears. How's his ears? His ears weird? I don't know. They weird? Punchable face, says Game Troll. Don't remember what her name is. She reminds me of, oh, Jess. She could be like a Jess, that last one. What was her name? Jasmine? She could be. Jess is great. We love Jess. Assistant football coach is this guy's career. What's the best advice you received before coming to play? Show that you're a trustworthy person. Show that you're a caring, real person. Don't be somebody you're not. And I think just be Pooch. It's that simple. It sounds easy. It sounds like a cliche, but just being myself, I think, will get me far enough in this game. And that's some advice I got from family before going into the house. What do you think people will perceive you as once they hear I'm from Staten Island, and they see the gel in my in the hair, and see I'm Italian? I think they'll probably get the perception that I have a lot in my life, that Guido cliche. But I think people will see right away that's not really me, especially living down in Florida and coaching football for the last 4 or 5 years. I've actually been around more Southerners, especially around college football, more than I've been around Italian Staten Islanders. But I'll play into that world, that whole Guido person, if that's what they want, that makes them laugh. I could do that. I think at the end of the day, they'll see me for who I actually am. Okay, what types of players would you least want in your alliance? Anybody who's watched Big Brother knows that you don't want in your alliance having somebody that can explode in a second. It could just put your game at risk. I'm more of a chill, lackadaisical guy. If something like somebody like gets in my face, I'm very chill about it, almost in a joking manner. I try and make them figure out why they are freaking out, relaxed, more chill people. Stay level-headed. I want to work with level-headed people. Yeah, it makes sense, but also he's giving me lots of those like big alliance bro kind of vibes. Love Jess. Love killing Jess too, says Baniri. Janess is fun. Cody type. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a Cody type. I have yet to get the Pelican roll though. Yo, the Pelican roll can be fun in Couscous Duck. Sorry, I mean a touchy-feely type. Oh god. So yeah, this guy, you know, he's interesting. He's gonna definitely play off his stereotypes that he gets and try and play off that. And we'll see how it works for him. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? I think it'll at first play on my advantage. I think I'm very funny to be around. I think it's easy to be around me. I think I'll help me at first, but I think further on in the game, it could potentially hurt me. You don't want somebody that people like being around kept in the game, so I think my likability may me being very personable will help me early on, but I think later it will hurt them. That's like a politician answer, to be honest. It's like people like me so much, they're going to hate me in the game. They're going to hate me. Game Troll, you're thinking him and an Indy showmance already? Okay. Game Troll's trying to make the matchmaker over here. On Eviction Night, would you rather flip or go with your alliance? I think I would flip the votes to help my personal game. I'm here for me. I'm here for my family. I'm here for the money. I'm here to win that money. And everybody knows flipping the votes makes things a little bit more exciting. I'm here to entertain America as well. I kind of like him. I don't know. I don't know if this guy's been canceled or not yet, but he seems fun. I don't want to be a floater. Somebody else that goes with the flow. I want to break up the house a little bit. I want to switch powers, obviously, unless I'm in power. But I definitely want to make this an exciting season for the fans. And he's given a lot of really good answers. He's given a lot of politician answers, if I'm being quite honest. But, you know, we'll see how he does. Our next house guest here, this guy's the guy who reminds me of the dude from The Circle from this past season. His name is Kyle, so we have another Kyle now in Big Brother. What's it now been? 3 of the last 4 Big B US and Can seasons now have a Kyle. He's 29 years old. He's from Bountiful, Utah. He's unemployed. Oops, moved the wrong window there. What's the best advice you received before you played? The best advice I received has got to be from my mom. She said, just be yourself. Everyone has already taken. So going into the Big Brother house, I'm going to be as genuine, as nice, and as goofy as possible. Okay. What do you think people will perceive you as? I think when people see me when people first see me, they're going to see this 6'3" Ken doll looking guy. All right, so this guy's real tall as well. That's good for that other guy, Daniel. They might think I'm a dumb blonde, but hopefully as they get to know me, they realize I'm a genuine guy that wants to play the game of Big Brother. Okay. What types of players would you least want to see in your alliance? I'm a very chill guy. I don't want conflict. And I think I'm the type of person that's going to butt heads with most of those type A's, dominant personalities that want to rule the house and dictate what happens in the alliance. Those are people that I'm going to try and distance myself from and hopefully not get into too many fights. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? So I'm the type of person that always makes light of every situation. If there are fights, quarrels, I'm the type of guy that tries to make a joke and whatever make people laugh to feel better. That might rub people the wrong way when people are going to play the game hard and be very serious. I'm definitely a goofy guy, and hopefully my jokes won't rub people the wrong way. On Eviction Night, would you flip or go with the house? Oh, that's a good question, and I think it depends on which stage of the game. Early on, it's key to have a strong core. That alliance will push you through to the rest of the game, but near the end of your game, you have to start looking out for yourself, and I think flipping the house at this point is going to be the best move for my personal game. So yeah, he's, again, given kind of like the right answer. But I don't know. He could be a guy who just kind of gets dragged along, or he's a guy who could maybe be seen as a threat pretty early. But there does seem like there's a few other big physical threats that may be able to help him stay a little bit longer. Our next house guest here, Marvin. He's originally from Rivers State, Nigeria. He currently lives in Houston, Texas. He's a chemical processing engineer. So, you know, he's an engineer. Like, fuck, he's smart. What's the best advice you received before coming to play? Before I left, my mom told me to be myself and also maintain my character. I have good personality. I feel like I'm a good person, and my family knows that about me as well. And my mom told me to remain that person. What do you think people will perceive you as? I think I'm going into the house. I'm physically built, so people might think I'm a cocky person. But now that I'm coming into the Big Brother house, they're actually going to see the real me, and that's what I'm excited about. Okay. What types of players would you least want in your alliance? Ho, he says. Hoes! I don't want no hoes in my alliance. Hey, where the hoes in the alliance? There's some hoes in the alliance. I think he meant like, ho! The players who are not very smart, of course. I want players that are smart so they can stick with the plan and don't mess it up. Okay. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? This is actually a tough question. Probably my physical abilities. All right, this guy knows his faults, it seems. I like him. I think coming into the Big Brother house, they could just see that I'm a threat immediately, and just because of what I look like. So I think that's what they're going to dislike about me. On eviction night, would you flip? Or would you stay with your alliance? It basically depends on everything going on in the Big Brother house. When I was there, I'm going to flip the game. However, I need to benefit my overall game. So if that means flipping the game towards my alliance, that's what I'm going to do. And if it means flipping the game to favor my game, that's what I'm going to do. Again, just kind of a political answer. But overall, I kind of like this guy. I think I dig him. I think I dig Marvin. He seems fun. He could be a threat though early on if they really get to him. Now, I know who the next person is. Before we get to him, let's catch up on some chats here. Because I know I've missed a couple of them. Based on alliance desires, they will be in the same group at least. Yeah, I think there's a few people I could already see aligning together. If I was a Braun Breaker personality. Okay. Hey, you know what? That works. Kyle is the political one being talked about. Oh, Kyle is the political one being talked about. Oh, so he's the guy who's like, okay, I gotcha. I like this guy from Goldberg's. Marvin the Muscle. T on him is that he's a that's a thing. This is the guy. This guy was on America's Got Talent. Oh, I heard there's a video of Marvin slapping his abs together. Yeah, I saw there was a video too they posted of him like having his hands dance and shit. And I was like, what the hell? This guy's crazy. All right, I think this guy that we have next is a little controversial. Our next house guest. Oh, wait. I think I just have to click again. There we go. This is Matt. Now, I'm just going to go over what we know about him at first. In chat, if you know the story, let me know a little bit. Like, you don't have to go in like specific details, but I've heard some stuff, but kind of refresh me on what's being said. Because again, these are allegations. We don't 100% know if they're true or not, right? Everybody deserves their fair shot, but also this happens every Big Brother season where something comes out about somebody. So Matt is 23. He's originally from Massachusetts. He lives in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Why give a hometown and then a current city, and it's almost the same thing? He's a thrift store owner. What was the best advice you received before coming out to play? One set of advice that I heard, that I've learned long ago was that your network is your net worth. So I think that applies as far as my life is owning a thrift store and doing van life, but also in Big Brother. I think my, the social aspect of the game is huge. So I definitely think, oh, our music just ended. Hold on. We need new music. We need more music. Let's just do a Hybrid Theory album. The YouTube video can't even hear this. But on Twitch, you're getting music. You're getting music, baby. And let's see. What does he say? I think the social aspect of the game is huge. I definitely think going into the game that it's going to be the number one. That is going to be the piece of advice is your network is your net worth. All right. Okay. That's a weird answer, but what do you think people perceive you? I mean, what I'm going for is the absolute competition beast, but I think that I typically get underestimated due to my looks. I think I'm absolutely going to run this game, but at first, rather than saying I'm a successful business owner, I'm going to kind of fall into the artist fact, which I think the feeds into my look. I think I'll be perceived as someone who typically just floats around, not someone who has their wits together. What types of player would you least want in your alliance? Typically, I think there's one subgroup of people that are on the show that I don't usually get along with so much. Is very stereotypical alpha male. But also, let's be honest, typically there are people who absolutely dominate competition, so it's kind of like a juxtaposition. They're kind of annoying, but also they're absolutely run this game sometimes. So I would say them, but also it's my own fault because I think they would be incredibly helpful, even though they're typically annoying. What's something the house guests may dislike? I think I'm a bit of a handful sometimes. I mean, this whole thing I'm doing is kind of just how I live my life. So I think anything, I'm a little bit worried that people might think I'm annoying or trying too hard, or I'm a little too energetic 100% of the time. So I'm going to try and cool off. I'm pretty excited and hard and worked up. I'm going to have to try and work hard on that. On Eviction Night, would you flip or go with your alliance? That's a good question. At the end of the day, I'm playing for myself. If it's going to hurt my alliance a little bit, but also keeps me in the long run, I'm definitely going to go for myself. Long answer of just the same old stuff that everybody's been saying. So yeah, I'm playing for myself. Meanwhile, they vote with the house every time. All right, let's look here in what chat said. Baneri says there's a Matt getting canceled thing on Twitter. He had a dust up with Mr. Beast. I heard about that. Pizza delivery brother. Oh, he does a little bit remind me of like McCrae's like younger brother, right? Also, his sister claims he is a shit, drove her nuts all her life. Okay. His hair is definitely something. When I first saw him, I loved him based on his hair alone. But yeah, you never know, right? The hair says fun, but Van Lifer says annoying. Yep, I'm with you on that, Jen. Matt, who with the two-toned hair, really? Yeah, Matt with the two-toned hair. His shirt looks a little too tight. He might be different. I don't know. I don't know much about Matt. Other than he seems like he's got some issues that were happening outside the house that have made people want to cancel him now, and good luck with that. I have a theory. Maybe CBS, they knew all this, and they were like, look, We want this guy because he's going to be voted out first, and it's going to be a train wreck. So just let us have this, and it will all work itself out. That could be what CBS is going for here. Let's move on to our next house guest. And this guy here, is this the American Peter Brown? We've got Michael Berner. He's from St. Michael, Minnesota. Currently lives in Rochester. Why? I feel like it's like you're still in Minnesota. Just give your Minnesota city. He's a lawyer. He's an attorney. What's the best advice you received before coming to play? To enjoy myself. Whenever I play a game, I can get really, really intense and focused so much on winning, and I think that could really rub people the wrong way. So if I'm intense all the time, so just enjoy myself, lay back, and have a good time, and really let my personality come out. Make those genuine connections without coming across too intimidating. What do you think people will perceive you as? I think the second I walk into the house, people are going to perceive me as a nerdy character. I've got glasses. I'm 6'4". I've got gangly noodle arms. Clearly not the musclehead bro this season. So I think people are going to clock me pretty quickly that I'm a nerd. This is a tall cast. This is a tall cast of people. Hoping he preferred nickname of Turner Sticks. Hey, Renzi, how's it going? Don't hate me. Who's Mr. Beast? Big YouTuber, philanthropist as well. Like, he donates a lot of money to different causes. He's super rich. Super rich. This is Taryn stand-in. He will pay for Kevin Jacobs' game. Lots of tall guys. Yeah, he's massive. Just saying a YouTuber feels like it's small, right? He's a massive YouTuber. He spent millions of dollars to recreate the Squid Games. He's raised millions of dollars to help donate with trees and like stuff with the oceans as well. So like he's got his own burger like thing. So like they do like virtual restaurants where a lot of times like it's made in like the back of like a Bertucci's like brick oven pizza, but they sell these Mr. Beast burgers and then they're Uber Eats to you. Like he does crazy stuff. He's really interesting. And from everything I hear, a pretty good person. I don't know if he's the most sub right now, but he's, if not the most, he's up there. I think PewDiePie still might be #1. And then there's that like Indian YouTube like music channel that's up there or whatever. But he's like top 5 at least, right? Like he's one of the top YouTube channels going. Ooh. Spilt some of my water. It's like I got a hole in my chin. What's going on? So yeah, he thinks he's going to be perceived nerdy, and I mean, he's not wrong. I think people are going to see him kind of as like a nerd type character. What type of people would you least want in your alliance? People who are very go with the flow. I just want to do what the house wants. Ultimately, those aren't allies that you can count on. Okay. I need you because you're going to do what the house of the HOH wants. I don't want you in my alliance. Yeah, right? Like, if you have to worry about, like, somebody who's like, well, the HOH wants this. Are they really an ally? Not really. Someone who's willing to stick their neck out, fight for a veto, try and pull me off, try and sway more some votes in my favor. He knows who he wants to work with, and I like that. What's something other house guests may dislike about you? If I let it peek through, it's definitely my intensity when it comes to games. I like to win at all costs. He's talked about this a couple of times where he can get really intense. So it's something that he needs to watch out for. And then on eviction night, would you flip or go with the house? I think we know where this is going to go. I'm more than willing to flip, and I would much rather flip a vote to try and further my individual game than just go with the house of larger people. Ultimately, my alliance is going to crumble. We're going to have to turn on each other, and there's only 2 chairs in the final and 1 winner. So I'm going to do everything I can to take myself, set myself up for success. I like the guy. right? I don't know how he's going to be in the house, but he's given good answers, and they're not just the very, like, political answers that everybody gives, right? And he's saying all the right things. Nerd rage, right? Let's go. He was right behind PewDiePie for a bit. Yeah, so he's up there. The cat count on the shirt, right? That is a very, very cat-centric shirt. All right, we've got our next house guest here. His name is Monty. He is from Bear, Delaware. Okay, he's a personal trainer. What's the best advice you received? Just be myself. The biggest thing around going into this atmosphere where you're meeting a bunch of different people is just straight true to myself. So I plan on doing that throughout the whole summer, not altering or changing who I am, because that's going to be the best version of me. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like him. He's 6'4". They're giants. Everyone's a giant. He's 6'4", 235 pounds. He says, what do you think I'm going to be perceived as? In decent shape. I think just based off my looks and energy, people are probably going to think all I do is go work out all day. They're going to think I'm too much of a person of they're not too much of a person of high intellect, but little do they know about my mechanical engineering degree. So we got a second engineer in the house. And all of the books that I've read and things that of that nature, they'll just think of me as the tall hunk of muscle. I mean, he is a tall hunk of muscle. I mean, right? It explains the arms. He's definitely a personal trainer with those arms. Rob has a podcast, hate his chance, but Monty is my final two. I like, right? Like, yeah, of course he's going to be a target, but like, he seems like he's got a good head on it. Xavier was the obvious guy who was going to win last season that everybody should get out, but they didn't. Right? Like, you never know. You never know. What type of players would you like in your alliance? Would you least like in your alliance? People that are very chatty, who talk a lot about the things that you've said in private to others. To me, an alliance is the biggest thing is trust and loyalty. So if you talked about within the alliance, stays within the alliance, then that'll make sure we can advance to the game further. What's something other house guests may dislike about you? I think the other house guests may dislike the fact that I'm very positive. I tend not to get into any drama or entertain a lot of that stuff. I also keep my cards pretty close to my chest, so I don't share too much. He reminds me of Dane a little bit, or not Dane, Anthony from BB Can 7. He sounds exactly like Anthony, who Anthony was like very much like, yo, I'm not gonna share a whole lot, right? Like, why would I? Why would I? On Eviction Night, would you rather flip or go with your alliance? I'd rather go with the house to help my overall alliance. The reason for that is because I don't think that it would behoove the situation to flip the house. Also, we use the word behoove, and that gets an A in my book. Has a lot to trust and a lot of loyalty already built in. So to make sure that that trust and loyalty continue throughout the entire summer, I want to make sure that I'm going into an alliance to make sure that we continue to advance our game. So he's more of like a loyal kind of player, right? Which may or may not be good. It may or may not be good. He seems like he has potential, but Delaware, right? No, I know, but the sun shines, sun shines on the dog's ass, right? Hey, Ori, hey, don't worry about being late, Gemma. How are you, Gemma? Welcome on in. We're just doing a little bit of a Big Brother cast reveal and reactions to the new cast for BB 24. We're almost done. I think we only have a few more house guests left. Next up is Nicole. She's 41. She does not look 41 years old. She does not look 41 years old. Damn, Nicole. Damn. She's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's a private chef. Yo, this girl's going to be cooking for them in the house. Screw you, Uri. I'm late on purpose. Well, Bondo, yeah, now I'm mad. Now I'm mad, Bondo. I like her too. She's my final three. I'm all right. Boxing went great. Great job, Gemma. Best advice. The best advice I received before coming into play was to be myself, specifically how I'm able to build relationships very easily. What do you think people will perceive you as? I definitely think people will perceive me as a fierce competitor. I don't back down, and I'm very strong-willed, so I hope that carries through me in the game. What type of players would you least want in your alliance? Definitely floaters. I want us to be able to give in as much as we can in the alliance so that we're all putting in the same work. What's something other house guests may dislike about you? I don't know what the house guests would least like about me. I'm pretty easygoing. I know that I have a super personal, positive attitude, and that might bother some people at times. But I'm always looking at the bigger picture and think of how things are. A little bit of a political answer, but okay. On Eviction Night, would you flip or stick with your alliance? I would end up going with whatever my alliance goes for, whatever I have to do to be the one vote that flips, or if I have to be the vote that goes along. I think that at the beginning of the game, I'll use that to my advantage, and then towards the end of the game, I'll definitely be looking out more for myself. So she's just kind of going with the flow. She doesn't want floaters, but she's definitely going to try and get into an alliance that's big and float to the end and then make moves. That's her game. That's her game. I like her though. I think she's kind of cool. She's got potential. She's got a lot of potential. All right. Next up here we have Paloma. 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 Maybe is how you say. She's 22 years old. She's from San Marcos, California. She's an interior designer. Let's catch up on some chat here before we get into the rest of her stuff. Reminder as well, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are live on Twitch right now. So if you want to be part of the conversation as we're having it, make sure you hit that description down below. There is a link. Nah, with schooling kids and ranked paladins. I got 2 more matches to play, I think. I have 2 more that I have to do. Marvin, the muscles on the next MTV. Oh, 100% Marvin will be on the challenge after this. That answer is why Taylor is in my final 2 and she isn't. Oh, okay. Florida people are floaters for sure. She seems cool, and the cooking could help her along a bit, right? Like, they don't want to get rid of the cook. If somebody's a good cook and like somebody could take slop and make it decent or something, like, you're gonna stay. You're gonna stay for a bit until jury. They're gonna keep you around at the very least. All right, let's get into what's her name again? Paloma. The best advice you received. So the best advice I received before coming into Big Brother is definitely from my dad. My dad's a psychologist, so I like to think I have a little bit of an edge in that aspect. But he told me I just need to sit back and listen instead of going in there and trying to do it, trying to own it. I need to just sit back and listen to everybody and observe. That's like a weird idea. It's like, hey, my dad's a brain surgeon. I could figure it out, I think. I got a bit of an edge. Right? Like, I got a bit of an edge. She seemed, slop cookies. Yeah, slop cookies would be great. What do you think people will perceive you as? Initially, I think people will perceive me as maybe a little ditzy, because I do tend to say stupid stuff a lot. But I think people won't know that I have brains behind all of this. What type of players would you least want in your alliance? That's a good question. I don't want people who are two-faced. That's an absolute no. Snakes are not allowed in the garden. And also, I wouldn't want someone that is manipulative. I mean, that's, you know, standard. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? That's a hard one. I think the other house guests are probably not going to like the fact that I believe I'm well-rounded. I could probably win comps. Good at not revealing all of my emotions. I feel like people are going to get irritated with me not being able to read me. That's not a good thing. On eviction night, would you flip or go with your alliance? I'm definitely a team player, so I'd go with the overall house. Get out of here, Paloma. Get out of here. You get out of here. All right, she might not be that bad, but just based on those answers, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I think we got 2 more house guests here. I think we have 2 more. Let's see. Haven't missed anything in chat. Snakes aren't allowed in her garden. Yeah, no. So she doesn't want yeah, she doesn't want an alliance then. No alliance. Marsha the Moose up in chat. Hey, Marsha, how are you? We're going over the cast. We've got 2 more. We will be posting this up on YouTube, though, if you want to check it out later. Oh, wrong window to be scrolling. Because you guys want to look at her face. This is Taylor, who I believe, Game Troll, was it you who said you like this one? Taylor's 27. She's from West Bloomfield, Michigan. She's a personal stylist. What's the best advice you received? Best advice I received was from my mom, who doesn't know much about the game, but she told me to let them think I'm stupid. I like her. I like it. I've got a pageant background and I work in beauty industry. I know a lot of people are going to assume that's all I have is beauty, but there's a lot more underneath me, a lot more cutting than people expect me to be. So I'll let them think that I'm stupid, and then I'll slit their throats on the back end. Oh, she's a killer. I like her. What do you think people will perceive you as? I think people will perceive me as someone who's only here for the showmance. You've got the hair, you've got the makeup, some pretty tight dresses. I won't lie, she laughs. But I'm here to play a hardcore game. Coming from the beauty industry, I'm here to prove that women have a lot more to offer than just what's on the outside. And you can have your wit, your cutting, your charm. I think they meant cunning. Your charm to get your way far ahead in this game. I plan on leaving with that 750K at the end of this. I like this woman. What type of players would you least want in your alliance? In my alliance, personally, the people I would least want are the people who are not good at strategizing. I'm very good at using my wit and charm to get far. I will admit strategy is not going to be my strength here. So as long as I'm not the one coming up with the strategy, we've seen serious strategists who are the ones that at the end getting taken out first when the alliance comes down and voting it on itself. So I want to be the one that's in the group with them, but I don't want to be the one doing the hard work. Again, that's smart. What's something the other people in the house guests may dislike about you? I'm very optimistic, and I think that's gonna go on a lot of people's nerves. I won't say I'm a bubbly person, but I'm very passionate. I'm very outgoing. And I know that typically those people are the ones that have some trouble sticking it out in the long run. The house guests may not really like that I have all the big personality, so I may have to work on tampering it down and to get really far in this game. On eviction night, would you flip or stick with your alliance? I think it depends on at what point in the game we're talking. Early on, I think I would be afraid of flipping the vote in the house, because I want everyone in the house to understand that we're really here to play a hardcore game. I'm not here to sit and coast all the way until the end. I want to do some hardcore work on the back end and really keep people on their toes. But as we get closer to the jury, I want to make sure that people who are in my alliance are going to be there with me until the very end, so that I have the votes on that jury that are going to give me the cash in the end. She's smart. She's got good answers. I think Game Troll, I think you're right. I think Taylor here is someone to watch. She's a contender so far on this. You told me, and I'm a believer straight off the bat here. She's up there for me. She's up there. Was she a cheerleader? She's giving me cheerleader a little bit, right? Pageant. Yeah, pageant. Big smile, big smile. Yep. She's a contender. And now this, I believe, is our final house guest, Terrence. Terrence is 47, I believe, our oldest house guest. He's a bus operator. What's the best advice you received before coming to play? Best advice I received was to be authentic. Be authentically myself. Do not put on any airs. Do not compensate any other things that make other people feel comfortable. Just be authentically you. I like that. It's the same answer a lot of people gave, but, you know, he seems like a very authentic person right off the bat when you're looking at him. I think people will perceive me as a funny, super sarcastic, and just the life of the party. I like to keep a good, real good vibe with good energy. I think this guy could be an early boot target, but I could also see him just sliding to the end because they're like, well, fuck, we can take him out at any moment, and he's fun, right? We like having him around. What type of players would you least want in your alliance? Someone who's kind of fickle, the overthinker who doesn't stick with your recommended plan. This guy seems smart. He uses a lot of like, not big words, but like a little bit of like SAT words almost. I know he's a bus driver, but like bus drivers can be smart. As long as we stick to the plan, I love it. Anybody who deviates or always questions it, I wouldn't want that person in my alliance. What's something the other house guests may dislike about you? I have a big personality. I carry kind of an alpha vibe. Sometimes people don't like that big persona, so that may be the only thing I think that people would not like or misunderstand. I think everybody going in the house has that fear, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. On eviction night, would you rather flip the house or stick with your alliance? Wow, I think that will depend on the stage of the game that we're in. Again, very similar answer to everybody else. If we're late in the game, I would definitely flip on my alliance because it's time to start trimming the fat. It's early. If it's early in the game, I wouldn't just stick with the house and I wouldn't sabotage it. So again, very political answers, but you know, he seems like he's got a good vibe and he might be kind of fun in the house. We'll see. Terrence will play just like me, says Game Troll, sucking wind all the damn time. He's a bus driver, but he's a good bus driver. I like Terrence. I have a list here, I think, of all of them, so we can quickly just run down the list and I can kind of just say like, oh, I like this person. Alyssa, I was iffy on. Amira, again, iffy on. Brittany could be fun if she can get people to work with. She seems smart and she seems to know the game. I like Daniel. He could be somebody that could be an outcast too, though. Indy's gonna have some trouble. Jasmine seems like she could be fun and nice. Maybe, you know, she'll get far, probably get to jury. Pooch is an interesting one. We're either gonna love or hate this guy. Kyle, I don't know. He sounds like he's got some not so great political affiliations, but otherwise he could be an interesting person in the house. And if he focuses the attention on the other physical threats, he could get pretty far. I love Marvin. Marvin's awesome. Marvin might not do well on this show, but he's definitely going to run the challenge next season. Matt apparently has a lot of problems. I think that's probably going to work itself out because I think he's one of the first boots. Michael, I mean, hey, he's the Canadian, he's the American Peter Brown. Should be interesting. I don't know. He might go midway or far. Does it not give everybody else? It doesn't give everybody. Where's everyone? Hold on. No, I had it here somewhere. I don't know. That's it. But that's where we're going to call the video. We're going to wrap things up here. If you made it all the way through this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow me over on Twitch if you want to watch this while we're doing it live. We've had the chat here the whole time, and it's been a good old time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, or maybe even today, if you're watching this on the day of the premiere, Big Brother premieres on CBS. We might do a little watch along on the YouTube channel. We'll see about that. No promises. But yeah, follow the channel, subscribe, go follow me on Twitch, and I will see you guys next time. All right, some late breaking news here. Marvin has been removed from the cast. We don't know why. No reason was given, but this was just announced as I was editing the video that I recorded on the stream earlier today. So I wanted to make sure I got this into the video. The newest house guest is Joseph. He's a 24-year-old lawyer. This is literally tweeted out like right as I was recording everything. So I wanted to add this in at the end of the video. But yeah, if you made it all the way here, thank you for following and watching all the way through. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. We're going to be doing videos all throughout the season. You can follow my Twitch down below if you want to join the live recordings of videos when I do them over there. And I will see you all next time.